The beauty of a true swing sequence is that it works with any golf club. I've got an iron, I have a driver, I could use a hybrid, a fairway wood, a wedge, it doesn't matter. We want to make a true swinging motion, and that is going to allow our tool to do its job. Now let's just pause here for a minute. We have different tools with different jobs. They're also designed differently. We want to let the club do the work as much as possible. We want to try to create motion and get the club to arrive at impact in the position and the angles that it was built to do its job. For example, you have a spatula in your kitchen. You're not going to hold it and push down on a piece of pancake. You're going to scoop it from underneath. It's designed to be used at that angle. It's not a fork. So we have an iron and a driver here as extreme examples of really different tools. Our irons are built with shaft lean. We have an iron head that has a certain kind of sole here, a leading edge that's going to be interacting with the ground, because 95% of the time you're hitting this directly off the ground. This is built to catch the ball so the ball can come off the face with a launch angle. This is what lifts the golf ball in space. In the meantime, the shaft leaning forward allows us to deliver the club to the ground in a way that naturally catches the ball on the way down. So we have to get this club at impact to this position, and we're going to be able to do that automatically. You won't have to think about it, but I need you in the back of your mind to understand the tool was designed a certain way to come back to impact like this and not like this. This is a big deal because if you misuse the tool, it can't do its job. So for example, if I stand here and I'm aimed out there down the middle of the driving range, I have my face pointing out there. The loft is preset to basically lift the ball a certain amount. I'm good to go. My job is to swing the golf club at this point. If I try to add loft in an effort to pick up the ball, if I try to hit down, I am disrupting what the tool is designed to do. It's built for this job of hitting down and lifting the ball all at once. I just need to swing. So that's how an iron works. Let's take a look at a driver. All right, here's the big dog. So we have this big head, big face. This club does not interact with the ground, or it shouldn't, and we're gonna catch this golf ball up on a tee. So we're basically swinging in the air with this. It's totally different, right? This is designed for speed because of its shaft length, but also notice how there's no shaft lean on this club. The way the shaft sits into the hosel of the driver is directly in line with, arguably behind the face. It's totally different. It's actually opposite of the irons. So this is built to catch the ball on the upswing. The face is actually going to arrive to the golf ball before the handle. So impact is going to definitely look a little bit different than with the iron. So let's just get our mind around how impact's not exactly the same looking with irons and drivers because the ball position is going to be really different and we're just in different places with the tool itself. We're going to get into all of this in much more detail as we go forward, so don't worry. I just need you to understand these are different tools with different jobs, and we want to get this mindset that we're really going to commit to this idea of swinging the golf club around our body in space and letting the club do the work to really avoid the tendency to want to manipulate and help the club do its job. You want to let the club do its job. So with the driver, I'm going to take my stance just so you can see how this plays out. The setup obviously looks a little bit different, and from here I'm just going to make my swing and let the club do the work. Same swing as with my 9-iron, no more effort, same range of motion, different results. This went a lot farther because that's what this is designed to do. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the differences between hitting at the ball and swinging. So let's get into that next, now that you got your mind around the tools in your toolbox. Hey golfers, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to share my ideas with you to help you unlock your best true swing. The journey to better golf starts right now. No, I'm not trying to hypnotize you. This is a true swing. This is a ball on a string being swung from one finger, and as my energy moves back and forth, this ball is moving on a perfect arc, in perfect timing and rhythm, on a consistent path with very little effort. If I up my energy a little bit, you can see how much speed starts to happen. So this, my friends, is a true swing. It can be that simple. But let me ask you, what have you been doing around the golf course? Is it really a golf swing? Or have you been scooping and pulling and yanking and hitting at the ball? We want to smooth things out so that you can best use momentum and use your energy efficiently to produce consistent results with more distance, have more fun, and just make your golf swing experience feel better. All that stuff when you do on the golf course that really creates tension and manipulation is only making life harder and is sucking distance and accuracy out of your game. So let's make things easier. Let's make a true swing. Good news, your true swing is already in you. You just have to let it out. I'm gonna grab this bucket here, and if you've got something at home similar, go ahead and grab it and follow along. All this is weight on the end of a string. In this case, my arm is the string, and the bucket, I'm going to swing into motion. I've never met anybody that can't do this. You can see as I get it going back and forth, my body's responding. I'm shifting my weight, I'm pivoting a little bit, very simple motion. I could even do this with two hands on the bucket, and now get it going back and forth. Remember, a swing is just a to and fro motion, suspended from a point, and very smooth motion on an arc. That's all a swing is. So stop yanking that around and understand that the bucket is just like your golf club. It's a tool and it needs to get swung into motion. Your tool, this golf club, has loft built into it, whether it's a wedge, a 5-iron, or a driver. So swing the tool to let it do its job, and that way we can reap the benefits of just making natural motion to allow for this whole automated system of mechanics to do its job. Get that ball airborne and out there with good pace. Let's see what we can do to get your body moving more naturally so you can understand the system of parts so you can get things moving freely and get that club swinging into motion. Before we start moving everything, it's really important for you to understand your engine. What are the different parts to your engine? What's their role? And how is that going to help you get this club into motion? Let's start first by understanding one key component, which is your hands and wrists. Right here, we've got a wrist joint. And if I hold on to my arm and give my arm a little shake, you can see that if I let this wrist just flop around, what I call flail, it does so automatically at the motion of my arm moving, if I let it, okay? Very important. Now, I can do the same thing with my body. I can get my body moving, and that creates a response that gets my arms swinging. So our arms and wrists are joints that will move in response to bigger parts of the engine actually providing energy to that system. So I want you to think about this very simply. Does the dog wag the tail, or does the tail wag the dog? That's a great visual, and it kind of brings this whole concept together. To get this club into motion, we are the dog, this is the tail, we got to get this tail swinging. And I'm going to break down how to do this. I want to take you through a few drills here to also get you aware of the true weight of the club and your arms, so let's do that now. First thing, I want you to lay down your golf club, and I want you to lift your arms up in space to your sides, and then take all the tension out of them and let them collapse to the sides of your legs. I want you to really do that a few times here to feel how heavy your arms are, the dead weight of your arms. Once you understand that and can get a feeling for it, bend over into a golf posture, so a little tipped forward like this, and then same exercise. But this time, your arms are going to kind of swing past each other because they're not going to hit your legs. And I want you to really be patient and let your arms come to rest on their own. This is challenging for a lot of golfers because they want to stop their arms. They know the goal is to ultimately make their arms come to rest, so they interfere and interrupt the natural swinging action of their arms just coming to rest naturally. So really take your brain out of it. Take that manipulation out of this exercise and learn to let your arms just swing, because that's going to be a really key component when it comes time to adding more energy and getting more pieces moving in our engine. Now I want you to experience the weight of the club. So grab an iron, I would say, and flip it upside down. Hold it up here by the hosel, by the head. Doesn't matter what your grip is like, doesn't have to be perfect. And just swing it back and forth, kind of low like this a few times. Again, your technique doesn't really matter right now. It's about setting a baseline for the fact that this is weightless when it's pointing in this direction, because all the weight is up here in the club head. So now you're going to flip it around, just little baby swings down here, and I just want you to all of a sudden experience this weight of the club head swinging at the bottom of the shaft. So we have some dead arms, we've got a club that has weight out here on the end of it. Sounds like that pendulum model, doesn't it? So again, we're going to have to get this pendulum swinging, but this is the feels that we have to start getting some awareness for and developing so that we can tap into our natural motion and let things happen a little bit more. So many golfers are so tense, they never experience this. They're using their arms all the time to try to hit at the ball. I'm saying we got to turn off our arms. We have to turn off our brain to want to do too much with our hands to hit the ball. Granted, we got to hold on to the club. There's still a grip here, right? We want control, but not in a way that it freezes up this whole unit. Because remember, the dog, you, wags the tail. Last piece of the puzzle here is grip pressure. Very important, since this is the connecting point of the whole system, is you have to find a grip pressure that allows you to do these things we just spoke about, which is to have these soft arms that are responsive and to still feel the weight of the club. So I want you to take a grip position up in space here and then just make some circles. Bend your wrists up and down a little bit and play with how tight you're holding it. Right now I'm going to squeeze 10 and I'm not getting any play in my wrists and I feel the tension just creeping all the way up through my arms. And now I'm going to soften that to 9, 8, just count it down, 7, 6, 5, 4, oh, I lost it. So somewhere in there is going to be a happy medium of how tight you want to hold the club to still be able to let everything move, but in a controlled way.